Hello everybody, this is Andrew Love speaking from the UC NYC, and today I had a question for you, and that question is, how can we get the most out of our lives? And by that I mean, like, how can we squeeze the most out of this one precious existence that we have? Like we were making orange juice in the summertime, you know, like with that kind of ferocious desperation. How can we seek to get meaning out of every day, out of every moment of every day? Because if you think about it, realistically, if you compare the amount of, say, high quality thoughts that you have, you know, thinking about big things on a big cycle of universal things, compared to little things like worries about, oh, how am I gonna pay rent? Oh, what did that person think about me? Oh, I still have hard feelings about that person that did me wrong back in second grade. When we have these little tiny thoughts, most of our energy gets consumed subconsciously thinking about stuff that doesn't really matter that much. But it's time that we really switch our focus a bit, because we get so much more power when we connect ourselves to something greater than just us, especially our thoughts. When we're just focused on thinking about us, there's no power in that. We shrink and we shrink and we shrink. But it's in those moments when you're feeling depressed, when you're feeling lonely, that you really need to reach outside of yourself and help somebody. And I have a quote from a man that the Unification Church calls the true father. His name is Reverend Sun Myung Moon. And it goes a little something like this. You guys ready? The universe was created by investing, based on love for the sake of others. Hence, when a person lives for the sake of others, he aligns himself with the original activity of creation. And this brings him into oneness with God. This person will not perish because God will never perish. When you work for an ideal that is bigger than yourself, then in essence, you're actually connecting yourself to something far greater than you. And if I were to ask you, hey, man, woman, person, would you rather live in a state of temporary or in a state of eternal? Of course, everybody wants to be eternal. Everybody wants to leave their mark on this earth while they're here and would love to be remembered far beyond your existence. But there's different ways of doing that. Dictators, on one hand, try to rule the world by dominating everybody, and they always end up dying very gruesome deaths, and their legacy is always washed away. But when you connect yourself to something eternal, something centered on love, then this thing will live forever and ever because it was always there. If you take Christianity, for example, you look at the history of Christianity, it's actually horrible. For the first 400 years, if you were a Christian, if you followed Christ, you'd be killed, you'd be eaten by lions, you'd be crucified, all sorts of horrendous things. And then after that, this thing known as Christianity was formed, and then denominations happened, war inside the church, people abusing the name of Jesus for their own profit, personal profit, all these horrible things in the name of something beautiful, yet Christianity still exists. For me, that's just kind of a testament that God exists, because no matter how much people mess up something like religion, it continues to exist. And I have another quote for you by the same guy, by True Father, and it goes a little something like this. Some people try to grow spiritually, develop their own spiritual life, and reach God through meditation, self-discipline, etc. This is not the way. The one who goes to God fastest and achieves the closest position is the one who loves others. So you see, religion, spiritual practices, these things are all great, but they're not the point. They're just meant to wake us up so that we can live in a high state, so that we can get the most out of our lives, so that we can do the most for others. Because you are the most effective for other people when you yourself are awake, alert, alive, and when your heart is vibrating on a hugely high level, wanting to help other people. But it's hard right? It's not easy. So I wish you the best of luck this week, and I pray that you have a good time trying these exercises out. God bless you.